Hey friends, welcome back to Runaway Trains. Recently, we paid a visit to Central Coast Trains in Atascadero, California. Come walk with us through the store here. This store was just packed to the ceiling with great train stuff. From Lionels and O scales to N scales and a lot of HO scale stuff. Drake and I were very impressed to see their collection of Thomas and Friends trains. I haven't really seen another store that had such a selection. They had many of the walk-thru kits and a couple Thomas and Friends train sets. I usually don't see those in the stores. They're usually online. This was cool. The Yard Boss. What is that postage stamp train? I haven't heard of these. These are some maybe vintage kits here. Maybe you can leave a comment and let us know. G scales up top. I love these egg liners. Any other fans of the egg liners out there? Personal favorite here, the hobo character. That would look great on our layout. I was thinking of getting one of these cool Conductors caps here with the Amtrak logo on it. That's the real deal right there. This circus train was very interesting as well. They had lots of used buildings that were pre-assembled by other rail fans and model railroaders. We saw a few that we have ourselves and some other ones that we haven't actually gotten yet, giving us more ideas on how we can build out our layout. Don't forget the British trains too. I don't see these in a lot of the American stores, and it was a real cool treat to see the Flying Scotsman. Their HO scale collection was really extensive. I mean, just wall to wall, floor to ceiling. I love this New Jersey Transit streetcar. Shout out to all my pals back on the East Coast. As I was saying, all the HO items they had was wonderful to see. Such a collection. The prices were reasonable. Some of them maybe $1 or $2 higher than you expect. Some of them were $1 or $2 lower than you expect. But it was well worth the trip. You gotta check this out. Lucky number 2. When you're out in the Atascadero area, remember to stop by Central Coast Trains. Okay, we're back from Central Coast Trains in Atascadero, California. We want to thank Anita Walter, owner of the store over there, for working with us. And Drake, obviously, when you go to a train store, what happens?
We come out with trains.
We come out with trains every time. Can't help it. We love trains. So we got a little haul here. We just wanted to show you what we picked up over at Central Coast Trains. So why don't you go ahead and start pulling stuff out.
Okay, the first thing we have is this.
Okay, another card there. And don't forget to visit their website, centralcoasttrains.com.
And then, not really. This is the first thing.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that we really have.
All right, well, I can't really see. It looks like this something in the window blocking the train. I could see it's a locomotive. But let's open it up.
Let's open it up and see what it is.
All right, Drake, we got a CSX. This is an Atlas.
An Atlas CSX.
It has horn hook couplers on it, which can be replaced. And we tested it out in the store, and it runs really well.
Yeah, they also gave us some KDs in here.
A couple of Katy couplers. We could replace those. And it doesn't have parts on it. So where are the parts?
The parts? Well, if I just take this out of the box, which is very difficult. Okay. The parts for this locomotive is on the back.
There we go. So this was never even put together. So it's, I guess, I don't know, you'd call this a new old stock, or maybe it was a previously owned engine or a used engine that the person just never
Opened.
Well, it looks like it might have been open. The box had some use, but they just never put it together.
They just never put this locomotive together, I guess.
But we're very excited about this, you know. She was saying that some of the Atlas trains were actually made by Cato. If you get the Atlas engines in the yellow box.
Yeah.
We've got a red box over here.
Like,
And I know we do have some Atlas stuff that came in the yellow box. I think.
This came in the yellow box.
Yeah, and this is one of our favorite runners. This thing runs.
This is the Alco RS3. But if you do open it up, inside the look, like they said, the guts of this locomotive is just all Cato.
And you know us on our layout, we have Cato track. We are fans of the Cato products.
We also have some Cato rolling stock. I'm actually going to grab one of my pieces of rolling stock. We have Cato
What is
rolling
this?
stock. This is an Amtrak baggage car.
And we are assembling an
This
Amtrak, what do you call it? Not the Surfliner, but...
It says Cato right there if you look very carefully. It says Cato on there.
Which Amtrak are we assembling?
We are assembling the Amtrak Coast Starlight.
That's the one that has the baggage car and the two engines, right?
Mm-hmm. We also saw a P-42 there, but that was a little expensive.
So we opted for the CSX, which we love watching. When we see Jawtooth, he always gets the CSXs, and they have the blue paint scheme.
With the gray.
And we like this one with the gray.
This is my favorite paint scheme.
I also like the CSX that has the lightning bolt on it. That's one of my favorites.
I also noticed this does not have a lightning bolt.
It doesn't, but I could see that there's some decals on there, or they're fine printing, and it looks really good. I mean, the paint is very, very crisp edges on this. And we'll give it a run in a little bit, but let's keep opening up. What else we got here?
We have a rubber duck for some reason.
We have a friend who loves rubber ducks, and we couldn't help it. We saw this Conductor rubber ducky, so we're going to get that for her.
And, of course, last thing in this bag, well, Bachmann Spectrum.
On the leading edge of technology, the Master Railroader series from Bachmann.
And inside is a locomotive that we never had before.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what you got, Drake. This is great. I love this.
And also the best
Why
part
don't you take it out of the box and hold it up so I can get a better shot?
Yeah, the best part about this is like this right here.
It's got like a velvet lined box.
Yeah. I don't want to break this locomotive, but I don't know how to take it out. Okay, there we go.
Wow, it's like not a bad engine. I mean, the size, it just kind of fits in the palm of your hand. And this is like, I don't know, I call this a push me, pull you. Like you would see on Dr. Dolittle, he referred to the double-headed llama as a push me, pull you. That's what I call these, but what is this?
This is a It says it on the box somewhere. Here, let me put that little guy there. This is a GE 44 ton switcher.
So we've got a 4-axle Southern Pacific. And why did we really like this one?
Well, it's black and orange. It's Halloween colors.
And is that why we got this one?
Well, the real reason why we got it has a little crew.
It's got a crew. Is it one person? It's got a driver in there.
Got a driver in there.
Well,
Also, I mean, the detail on this is just great.
you know, we're very fond of Halloween time, and we like to run a special Halloween train every year.
Oh, yeah.
We thought this would be perfect, you know, with pulling like the gondola full of pumpkins and stuff. But also for our yard, this would be a fun little switcher to use to maybe pull out the rolling stock.
Yeah, to do little operations.
And
Also, the horn on there, if you could see it right there. Well, black on black, you can't really see it. But it has a Leslie A200.
that's cool.
On only one side, though.
And what kind of engine was this? A 44-ton switcher is what that is. And then what was the CSX? I didn't even think to ask you what that was.
CSX was an Atlas.
But I'm saying, what model of the engine is that?
Oh,
Let's see.
it is a
C30-7. Okay. That's cool. I don't really know this engine very well. I see that it is a 6-axle.
Yeah, I'll take the locomotive out of the box if I can. Don't want to break it. Again, it is a new locomotive. There we go. Let's put it right there.
It kind of has this sort of hammerhead on one side there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still learning about the different types of trains and locomotives. I mean, sometimes they refer to a similar train as a toaster because of the way that the exhaust kind of burns up and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't think this is the toaster. I don't think this is like a -8 or whatever, like we said on the box.
This is a C30-7.
So maybe this would be called a -7. If you guys know what they call those for short, you can let us know in the comments.
I just love this locomotive.
Well, let's bring it over. We'll give it a run.
Okay, got it on the re-railer. Just gonna put one truck on there.
Oh,
There we go.
So smooth. Look at that.
This is not even full speed. Not even full speed, and then it's just... That's incredible.
Of course, we still have to assemble all the parts.
But once it's done, it'll look really good.
That's part of the fun too. I love when we get those Athearn kits and you get to add the handrails and stuff. Kind of makes you bond with the engine in a way that you don't get to experience when you just buy it, all pre-made out of the box. It's kind of like you get to take a little pride in the fact that you assembled it and you essentially made a model kit. At least completed one.
At least completed an engine.
Can it crawl?
Let's test that out. I'm gonna actually just go forward. Giving it. That's what we could do.
So back up for a second. I'm going to show you a trick here. And if you look down on the power pack here, you'll see this switch here. It says power full or pulse. When you can put it on, if you put it on pulse, you can really crawl this thing. Look at this.
Yeah, let's do it in reverse. I don't know why I said she. Locomotives don't have genders. What am I talking about? It crawls really well.
It crawls really well. That's an impressive engine.
That is impressive.
You know, I'm looking at it and I could just see it's basically, this is brand new. I don't think this was ever run.
I don't think it was ever run at all.
So we're very excited to have a CSX on our line. When I was in Nashville a couple years ago for the Music Americana Fest thing, they had a rail yard there. We made a video of that. You could check in our video list. You'll see Nashville. And I got to go down there and I met a guy named Derek who talked all about the engines with me and gave me a bunch of history on the CSX down there. So I really like these trains too because I got good memories with it.
So I decided to get a CSX.
There it is. Now we're going to get our little pumpkin master up here. That's what this engine has been christened, the Pumpkin Master.
It depends on the light. The voltage you give for the light.
Yeah. Is it directional lighting? I noticed the front headlight was on, but when you go in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still on pulse or is that on full?
That's full power.
Oh, okay. Let's give it a run out on the layout, see how it goes. This one sounds a little like clicky or something. But from what I understand, this one was noisier because
the light bulb that's in it.
You think it's noisier because of the light bulb?
Well, not because of the light bulb. You're giving the power to the light bulb. So it's going to be a little noisy. So, yeah. The question is, can it make it up the hill and back down? It was up the hill pretty well.
You guys recognize that green fellow over there?
And back down.
You know what I want to do, Drake? I want to see this pull some cars. Oh, did it just get a little faster?
It just got a little faster when it went around that.
So, you know, when you buy an engine that's been sitting on a shelf in a store for a long time like that.
You just want to run it so it breaks in the motor.
Yeah.
Like all the factory, all that factory lubricant, like the grease and oil, will be just sitting there. And you want to just run it on your layout so it breaks in for a while.
Why don't you couple up to some cars?
I got a couple passenger cars I could couple up to.
You know, we were talking about Cato before. We have Cato track on our layout, and Drake is just reaching over there to do one of the manual switches. But this little crossover here, we actually have the automatic switches there that you can throw.
Died. Well, it didn't die. It's just having a little trouble.
Sometimes our switch gets a little ballast in it or something, and we got to just like give it a nudge.
I'm gonna try again.
We'll try one more time. Make sure we got power that goes all the way through the crossover there.
There we go. I'm gonna stop it right there. And manual switch again. I'm gonna try it with some coaches just to see what it could do. Give it a little stretch there. Hold it. Fine, no problems. I'm crawling it. It's crawling right now. Just gonna give it a little bit more speed. Let's crank it up. No problems. It derailed.
It went for the switch the wrong way there. She was telling us the story. This isn't really meant to pull a long train or a heavy train. It's just meant for light yard switching. And I think that's kind of what we would do with it. Back here where we have several different lines there and we store passenger cars and stuff, we'd probably use the switcher maybe to roll out the Amtrak cars so we could hook it up to our Siemens charger, or like we were just doing here, it was pulling out those old-time coaches, and maybe that would pull it out and get it ready for one of our steam locomotives to pull this Durango and Silverton. We'll give that another try here,
Let's give it one more try.
When we do these operations, once in a while something like that happens where maybe the engine will go through a switch and it'll get caught up and it'll go through the wrong way, and half of the engine goes this way and half of the engine goes that way. And then next thing you know, you gotta go crawl under the table, come out the hole over there. So one more time, see how it goes. You can see we've got a couple switches over there. Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah, we're good.
Do you want to bring it through the little town over here, Drake, instead of going up the hill?
Yeah, I'll do that. Getting a little faster.
I think the train is Colonel Sanders approved. What do you think, Drake?
I think so. Yeah, it's getting a little faster. Look at that.
So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll put the coaches back in the yard over there, and then maybe we'll just run the train around the track by itself for a few minutes and get it, broken in. What do they call it? You run it in? Is that what it's called? Run it?
Breaking in.
Breaking in. That's what we'll do. Give it a little break in.
I'm gonna come over here. I have like a little uncoupling device I could use. I actually have a couple of these. I have these.
Yeah, those are like chopsticks that we learned to. Here's our lights.
Convert into little.
Yeah, we put little points on the end of there. We learned that from
I think it's
SoCal scale models, right?
Like what I just did there, I kind of lifted up the locomotive and just put it back. But I could also just like put it in between the train and then just twist and it uncouples.
Yeah, so that's a good little trick, so you can, do your operations and,
not having to use your hands.
Yeah, it gets tedious when you got to lift up the train and then
you got to put it back on the track. It's annoying. If you don't, especially if you don't have the wheel rail. If you don't have one, you have to use your hands to re-rail the train. I'm just gonna let this train run around the layout a couple times, just break in. I mean, it's a new engine and all. Gotta do that.
there's something we picked up recently also, was that Amtrak mail car.
I'm gonna give it a little bit more speed.
You gonna have it go up the hill this time?
Why not? Goes in the tunnel.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
And comes out. It's so fun to watch that happen. I'll bring the locomotive back to the yard now.
All right, there you have it, folks. Drake, what do we want to say to everybody?
I enjoyed these trains that I got.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the trains too. You know, I just want to give another mention that recently we hit 700 subscribers, and we owe it all to you. We really thank you guys for supporting our channel and for leaving comments, and it's really cool to be part of a train community that's, you know, not just local, but it's people all over the country.
All over the world as well.
All over the world as well. And if there's anything you'd like to see us do here, please make suggestions for us in the comments. You know, we like to run our trains. We like to do our hauls. We like to do some rail fanning. Maybe there's some stuff that you guys could think of that would be fun for us to do too that we haven't thought of. So please leave comments. Please like. Please subscribe and share with your friends. And with that, we'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Wait a second. No, we're not SMT Mainline. We'd like to say thanks for watching Runaway Trains. We'll see you on the next video.